Yo, what's going on? You are tuned into the Undisputed Champ Sports Podcast. This is an episode we're going to talk about NXT and 205 Live results and a review. This is Preston. This is my co-host here. Thumbs up, Tommy. Say what's up to the people.
Low way tie reps. Yes, let's get it into another A show in 205 Live.
Yes, another A show. And if you guys haven't noticed, the man of the hour, Carmine, isn't here. So the structure of it might be a little weird because I'm not good at structuring things. That's why we have this guy. All right, so let's go into 205 Live. We started off with a match between the Brian Kendrick, Captain Doyle from Forrest Gump, against Jack Gallagher. What did you think about this match?
It was a fun opening match. You know, it was pretty solid, obviously, because these guys are ring generals. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it served the purpose of furthering the story of the feud between Kendrick and Gulak and Gallagher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Plus we have a returning Tozawa to even the odds toward the end.
Yeah, this match wasn't like amazing. It's just like you said, it's very solid. But like you said, it served the purpose of furthering the story because, like you said, it furthered the feud between Brian Kendrick and Gallagher and Drew Gulak. But not only that, it opened up some questions as to why did Tozawa help out Brian Kendrick? And I know Brian Kendrick helped him out before, but why is it that Tozawa
the irony?
Yeah,
the irony is that last year Tozawa and Kendrick were feuding for a while,
a long time. For a long
time.
And
I'm talking about the times when you and Carmine didn't even watch 205.
Yeah, I saw the highlights though. Like I used to see like the highlights on YouTube, and they would say like, Brian Kendrick did this to Tozawa, and they were going back and forth. But I never actually watched the entire feud in its entirety. So I went back on YouTube and started to like look at some cuts of it, like today, and it's weird that Tozawa.
I mean, the only thing I can think of to justify it is Tozawa's looking at it as the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That can be true. That can be true. And I won't refute that at all. It's just weird to me because of all the stuff that Brian Kendrick put him through. I don't know if this is him just repaying him for Brian Kendrick helping him out. I think it was like last week or the week before. Or if Tozawa is actually trusting the Brian Kendrick, or maybe Brian Kendrick's using Tozawa to go against Drew Gulak and Gallagher. So
all right, we'll see. It's a little premature to tell, but
yeah, it is.
It's a little interesting because you know it's like one of those what's it called? I don't want to say side quest, but it's kind of like a side story. Like when you watch a show and they have like 2 or 3 stories going on in the same episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much what this is.
It's one of those, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just naming all the avenues. So I can't wait to see exactly which way they're going to take with the story. So, pretty solid match. After that, we had a match between Grand Metalik versus a jobber. Which was
nothing impressive there, but the takeaway was what happened after the match.
What happened after the match? TJP came in, took Grand Metalik's mask, and ran away with it.
On a side note, we now know that that's really Metalik's hair.
That is, yeah. That guarantees it. Yeah, he's not doing no Kane
stuff. It's not no Kane shit where he throws on a fucking wig. That it really is Grand Metalik's hair.
Yeah, I was surprised. No, I wasn't. But like it was cool to see that was actually his hair. And it wasn't really a match. It just served the purpose.
It was a squash match.
It was a squash match. Once again, it's another match just to serve the purpose of the story between TJP and
Lucha House Party.
And Lucha House Party, absolutely. And I think after that was that segment when they had TJP trying to run and he went to the Kanellis.
Yeah, they set that up. Yeah, he went to Mike Kanellis for backup, and they agreed.
Yeah, pretty much they got the APA starting all over again, basically with Khalees, but we'll find out what's happening.
Oh,
with that.
and something that happened in the background that actually has me interested because there's going to be I don't know if it most likely will be the main event next week because it features the champion. It's going to be a great fucking match.
Oh yeah, I can't believe I almost skipped that. Yo, go ahead, let them know. You tell them.
First of all, my boo Caleb Braxton.
He
at your boy.
He had to yell at her like that.
Yeah, I gotta. Hey, I was like, hey, show a little respect to my boo, man. Don't make me go in there and whoop your ass.
Put some respect on that name.
But put some respect on her name. But anyway, yeah. So Caleb Braxton goes and talks to Buddy Murphy. Well, Tony Nese was with him, but he sidestepped because he had to get ready for his match. And she asked him, she said, "Oh, I just heard that you came from Drake Maverick's office," and it led to Murphy announcing that next week, since they're going to be in Manchester, England, he which is the home of NXT UK. For those of you guys that haven't started following it, please do. It's very good. And he said he wanted to fight the best that they had to offer, which one of them happens to be a cruiserweight in the name of Mark Andrews. And if you're not familiar with Mark Andrews, watch his performances, his sporadic performances in NXT from last year, as well as his performances in the UK tournament last year, and the NXT takes over England from this year. And hell, even in the Cruiserweight Championship tournament after they vacated it when Enzo got released.
Yep.
Mark Andrews is the truth.
He's great. He is great.
That's gonna be a great match. Telling you, I am looking forward to that match because my man Mark Andrews has a style, I would say, very similar to Mustafa Ali. High risk, high reward, high flying, and that should mesh well with Buddy Murphy's, very smash mouth in your face style. Especially, since we've seen the kind of matches that he and Mustafa Ali have put together, and Mark Andrews is a similar type to Ali. Plus, he's, I want to say, somewhere close to the caliber of Ali. Maybe Ali's just a tad better. And that is going to be a match. Oh my God, I cannot wait.
I definitely agree with you, man. That's gonna be great. And that whole thing. And remember, she was like, "Oh, if Tony Nese wins this #1 contender match this week, what about if you guys go against each other? What about your friendship?" He's basically was like, "It's none of your business."
He's like, "Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
don't worry about it." And then he just walked off. See, that right there, that got me howling. Like, hey, watch how you talk to my boy.
Yeah, you gotta chill out, buddy. Yeah, buddy. All right,
buddy.
So yeah, buddy boy. All right, then after that we had the segment. Basically, Cedric Alexander is being told that he's not ready to be in the contendership match for the Cruiserweight Championship because he's been on a losing streak as of lately, which is absolutely true. And as a man, he just took it and was like, "Yeah, you're right. I'll get better, and when I get better, I need that Cruiserweight rematch. I need to get that back."
I like how Cedric just took it. He was like, you know what, he's right. I haven't really been myself. I need to get back to where I was. Like, I like that instead of complaining.
Yeah, just get better. Don't complain. Get better. That's all you could do. Then the main event, we had Mustafa Ali, my man from Chicago, Mustafa baby, versus Tony Nese. Mustafa Ali was obviously banged up from his match with Tozawa and not Tozawa. He had his match last week, and he had his ribs taped up and his arm taped up in this match. And Tony Nese was basically going after those ribs and going after that arm because those are obviously soft spots for Mustafa Ali. And it was a very technical match. What did you think about this match yourself?
Phenomenal match. Phenomenal match. I can't say it enough. First of all, on a side note, this match is basically Chicago style versus New York style, as the reference.
Oh, the match of the pizzas.
Yeah, because Mustafa's from Chicago and Tony's from New York, so just a little pizza pun there. But anyway, yeah, phenomenal match. I've been saying it for a long time. Don't sleep on Tony Nese. No. He may lack a personality, but he knows how to get it done in the ring.
He's amazing. He is
Facts.
amazing, bro.
And honestly, I think Buddy Murphy's rubbed off on him because I feel like his match quality has gotten even better.
Yo, it has. It definitely has, man. And I still can't believe he's like under 205 or under, man. I got to see this man.
Dude, he looks like he could be at least 220.
This dude is swole.
Easily.
It's ridiculous.
He's jacked.
And we had a couple of crazy spots in the match, like the part where Mustafa Ali was laying on top of the turnbuckle on his stomach, and then Tony Nese kicked him in his stomach and bounced him up on the top of his back. I was like, yo, how did you figure stuff out like that? But overall, man, it was a very, very amazing match. I actually thought Tony Nese was going to win this match. I was a little.
There was times where I thought he was going to win too.
Yeah, he had opportunities to pin him, and he didn't really do it. He just kept trying to.
Several.
Him. Yes, several.
You know what's one of my favorite spots in the match?
What's that?
It was toward the end when Nese went for a roundhouse kick and he missed, and then Ali hits him with a 3-kick combo. He hits him with a roundhouse of his own, Then he super kicks him in the jaw. Then when Nice turns around, he super kicks him in the back of the neck. That was sick.
I love that 3-kick combo. That was great. I like that part a lot.
Oh my god, I loved it.
Man, if you guys haven't watched the 205, you guys got to watch this match specifically. Once again, I got to thank Tommy for putting me on to this show because I wouldn't have never watched it until he banged it into my head. But overall, it was a great match. And in the end, Tony Nese was going to actually do more things to Mustafa Ali, but then Mustafa Ali's best friend, Cedric Alexander, came out to his aid. And then we had Buddy Murphy come out at some point and didn't even go into the ring. He just basically kept talking.
He just held the title up.
Yeah, he just basically held the title up and pretty much like, I got
He pulled the Becky Lynch.
Pretty much. He's like, Cedric, I got what you want.
One thing, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you noticed it.
I know. I think I know what you're about to say. But say it anyway.
Did you notice the crowd reaction?
Yes, I was just about to say
when
that.
Cedric put Ali's arm over his neck.
They were so shocked. They thought he was gonna turn.
Yeah, they thought he was gonna give him the lumbar check.
Yo,
oh my god! You know what's funny? I thought they might possibly do it too. Like I was like, yo, what if they do a Cedric heel turn?
Because of how aggressive he put his arm around him. It was
exactly.
Like, and you hear the whole crowd go, like they were going crazy.
Oh my god! That would have been
too.
Like, oh my god! I was a little nervous. I'm like, no. I'm like, yo, I don't know how I could see Cedric as a heel.
Yeah, but you know what? I think they're planting seeds that these two are going to go against each other eventually. I think.
Oh no, that's a foregone conclusion. They're gonna go at it.
They have to.
No way around it.
Because Mustafa definitely is going to lose that match against Buddy Murphy, and he's going to want his rematch. And they're probably going to put him against Cedric for the number one contendership again for that cruiserweight title. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. But that's going to be really a good match. So I don't care what they do. If it's involving Cedric, Mustafa, Buddy, or Tony Nese in some way, do something. I don't care either way. It's going to be a great match regardless. But
facts. I don't care who it is, or as long as I get great matches.
Facts. That's all I'm looking for. But overall, what will you give 205 this week?
Honestly, the final match was great. There was a couple of great promo segments, but the first two matches, what's it called? The first match was, like it was okay, but it wasn't like anything special.
Yeah.
And then and then the middle match, straight up squash match. So as much as I love 205 Live, I'm gonna give it a B+.
All right, for me, I'm definitely gonna give 205 Live a B. We had a great main event. We had a squash match, then we had two matches that were made just to push the story forward. But if I'm just judging off the matches themselves, I'll give it a B for me. But 205 is still a great show, guys. Don't take these grades as if this happens every week. A's are usually given out to the show. But anyways, that's our review for 205 Live, and now we're going to move on to another show that stuffed a lot of matches within 1 hour, which I was surprised by. It's NXT, the next A show. Right, so NX3. So we started off with NXT with the match between Nikki Cross and Mercedes Martinez, which I was shocked by this. But what do you think about this match?
Completely unexpected opponent for Nikki Cross. Like you could tell it was a filler match per se, but man, was it a great filler match.
Yeah.
First of all, Nikki Cross is phenomenal. Second of all, if you don't know Mercedes Martinez, go back and watch the Mae Young Classic last year and this year, and get to know her better.
Yeah, she's great. She's great. And I didn't expect they was gonna have someone from the Mae Young Classic to come out and face Nikki. I thought it was gonna be like a jobber or something, or even another rematch between her and Carmine's girl. But overall, it was a great match. Nikki does what she normally does in the ring.
She got a busted nose.
She got a busted nose. Yeah, that was crazy. But she had a match with her. She won. At the end, she was playing around with Mercedes a little bit when she was like crawling on the ground and was like, "That was fun. And Mercedes looked like she didn't know what to do in that moment. Like that wasn't scripted.
But then again, that's Nikki Cross. Like that's how she is.
That's how she is. Man. She's so spontaneous.
Like if that surprises you, then you don't know Nikki Cross.
Absolutely. But Mercedes was like confused on what to say back. She's like, "Yeah, what part of the script is this?" Like, but yeah, overall it was a great match. And then we had Aleister Black come out, and was that was during this match, right? Aleister Black came out.
No, because first it was Candice LeRae came out.
Candice LeRae did come out, and then Aleister Black came out to Candice and basically asked her where Johnny was.
And he said that his future in NXT is going to fade to black. Which, the one gripe about it is that there was no mics, so you couldn't exactly hear what they were saying until the announcer said it.
Yeah, you had to kind of read their lips. And the camera kept flipping back and forth, so you kind of had to put the words together to figure out what they said.
And like me personally, I'm not good at reading lips. Secondly, the camera angles didn't exactly help.
Okay. That's cool, man. That's an attribute of a person who don't snitch, so you can't read lips. That's good. All right, so then after this, moving on to the next match, I'm going to let Tommy give the announcement of what happened with these guys. We got the Street Profits, Montez Ford, Chicago Stand Up versus the Mighty. Tommy, what's going on with these guys? What happened with these guys?
Before we get to the match, I mean, first and foremost, keep it in mind that NXT is recorded a few weeks in advance. Mm-hmm. So, and then they just play it, week after week to span it out in between pay-per-views. Keep that in mind. Secondly, congratulations in order for the Street Profits,
yes.
Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, especially Angelo Dawkins. I see you, boy, because you were struggling for a long time until you got with Montez to form the Street Profits, and I'm proud of you. They are the new Evolve Tag Team Champions.
Yes, sir. That's amazing. That's really good for them, man.
That's amazing. First of all, it's good because, like I said, I'm happy for Angelo Dawkins because he was struggling for a few years on NXT to get over. Second of all, that just proves that how far along the relationship, at least between NXT and Evolve, is.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. That's a great thing, man, because if you guys didn't know, Evolve, they have a lot of great talents that come through Evolve. Like, they got people like Will Ospreay, Tommy End, which is Aleister Black now. We had Zack Sabre Jr. that was there, Cody Bushta, Johnny Gargano. There was a lot of people who came through Evolve, so for them to
Didn't Velveteen Dream recently fight over there?
Yep, he did. And then they also actually, the Street Profits, they have a match at Evolve 115 and 116 to defend their titles. And then Mustafa Ali is going to be there as well. So,
oh, wow.
Evolve is...
I got to start watching Evolve more. Like, I've heard of them and I've seen a few clips online, but I got to watch more.
Evolve's great.
And
it's great.
I'm hoping... I'm curious because, I mean, obviously, they're putting it on Instagram, and I found out because I follow Bianca Belair, and, for those that don't know, she's married to Montez Ford. She put, a picture of the Evolve tag team titles. I came home to a champion tonight. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
And then, I started looking, I was like, yo, that's pretty cool. So my question, and I would like to see this, is... Are the Street Profits going to come to NXT with the Evolve tag titles?
That would be crazy. They could. I don't see why not. Right?
Yeah, I mean they do have a working relationship, so I don't see why they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah,
that's like the Young Bucks. They go to New Japan with the Ring of Honor tag titles, or the other way around.
Yeah, because WWE and Evolve has a really good relationship, so I don't see why that would. But I mean, I can see why they would stop it, but they shouldn't have a problem with that at all. And I feel bad for Carmine because if she posted that up, what happened that night when they won those championship belts. So, hey, Carmine, bro, you my bro though.
Carmine gonna kill you for that.
Yeah. Hold your head, bro. Hold your head, King.
No, but in any case, I mean, again, congratulations in order for the Street Profits, but we digress. So,
absolutely. What you think about this match?
It was a very fun, fast-paced match, and I'm glad that the Street Profits got their revenge on the Mighty.
Yes, and they came out. They looked serious. They was ready for battle. They was not smiling. They didn't dance. They ain't do the little dance with the little spoon thing they be doing. They ain't do none of that. Mm-hmm. They came out and just... Except for when Montez Ford got in the ring and he started dancing a little bit, and then he got back serious.
Oh, yeah.
Pulled the Kanye
West. Yeah, no. Angelo Dawkins looked great in this match, too.
Yes, he did. I'm not feeling the double headband thing, but as far as wrestling, that dude was getting it in, bro. Like, he was not playing.
Yeah, no, he's improved a lot. Like, I remember when he was jobbing.
Okay.
I'm talking about like 3 years ago. I remember when he was jobbing. even in tag team matches, like he was struggling to find a good partner. And thankfully, Montez Ford came along. They formed the Street Profits, and here we are.
Absolutely. And it was a great match. We had a lot of flipping in there, obviously from Montez Ford, as he does great. Really fast paced match. It was very fun, just like you said. I didn't expect anything less. It was a great match to me. Was there?
I love how he won with that frog splash.
That yes, that dude was showing.
Man,
off.
he gets that RVD hang time, bro.
This dude he got hang time every time he bounced off of something. Like he got. It's crazy, man. Every time you do a backflip, every time you do a springboard, a frog splash, like you said.
Like he didn't do the what's it called, the drop like RVD, but you know he does get that hang time in.
He gets that hang time in, man. But this is a great match. The Street Profits won this match. Great match. After that we had this is the match from Matt Riddle. He had his debut from there, and this is also another guy that came from. Wait. Am I missing one?
You got no, but you gotta introduce him right, man. The King of Bros.
The King of Bros,
man.
bro. I've been waiting for this dude to come to WWE for a long time. This is also an Evolve alumni, by the way. This is another talent that came through Evolve.
Former UFC champion.
Brown. I think he's either a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he has a couple of things under his belt. So I'm so glad that he finally came to WWE. I feel like WWE's listening to me now because I've been waiting for Ricochet and Matt Riddle. So they're finally here, and Io Shirai, and I'm like, yo, like, what's next? I can't wait to see. Tessa Blanchard, hopefully. But
I'm waiting on Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay, yeah. He had a match with Matt Riddle too before.
I'm telling you, NXT UK is gonna be the key to getting Ospreay.
He has to go to. I was just thinking that earlier today. He has to go to NXT UK. He's gonna be the UK version of Ricochet over there. The aerial assassin.
Bro, let Ospreay come to NXT UK. They're pushing him to the moon immediately.
Oh, and I'm watching that show every week. Guaranteed.
Oh yeah, no, I started watching it already. It's very good.
Yeah, I watched like the first 2 episodes.
I haven't watched this week's episode yet, but it's it's like some of the wrestlers there I'm already familiar with. Mm-hmm. Some I'm getting acquainted with. So I'm just happy that now I'm as invested in it now as I should have been with NXT, but from the beginning. But the thing about NXT is that NXT started as a strictly online series, and I didn't even know it existed until after they put it on the WWE Network. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember my boy Jeff was telling me about it. But in any case, I'm glad that now I can be a part of the NXT UK movement from the start because I'm invested in it.
Yeah, it's one of the few really successful developmental things because I remember when Impact tried to take on OVW and it didn't really work out that well. But that's neither here nor there. But also, as far as NXT UK, I found another group I want to be a part of. I already said that it was going to be like the Undisputed Era. I want to be a Coffee Brother. Just by the name. I want to be a Coffee Brother just by the name.
You want to be with Joe and Mark Coffee?
Yes. I just want my last name to be Coffee. I think that's cool.
Man, hey. I drink coffee at least twice a day, so I can fit in that group.
Yeah, you already a coffee brother.
Dude, I'm Puerto Rican. I've been drinking coffee since I was 3.
Oh man, that's crazy.
But anyway, I mean, we digress. I mean,
we're gonna digress off of that.
Yeah, it was a short, somewhat okay match.
Yes, not one of my favorite matches.
For what's his name, Matt Riddle. Yeah. But I mean, you gotta understand they put him up against a guy that's there to elevate talent, which is Luke Menzies.
He's been showing up a lot. I've noticed him coming up.
Yeah, like I think he's become an NXT jobber. I'm not sure what his status is with NXT, but that's what it looks like. Mm-hmm. But in any case, I mean, there's not much to expect when you got a long-awaited star debuting against a jobber.
But the jobber was getting up on him too. Like it wasn't like completely one-sided like those jobber matches are usually on NXT.
Well, I mean, it's a jobber match, but it wasn't a squash match.
Right. It wasn't a squash match, absolutely.
Yeah, squash match is just completely one-sided. Squash match is what Metal League had on 205 Live.
That's exactly what he had. Yeah, definitely a squash match.
But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing because And they've been kind of teasing this for a couple of weeks now. The whole Cassius Ono thing, talking about telling Regal, when your new shiny toy gets here, give me a call.
You think he's gonna go against Matt? Oh, that's
I'm
gonna
sure
be
of it.
crazy. I can't wait to
That's
see
gonna be
that.
that is actually gonna be the first Cassius Ono match in a long time that I give a fuck about
That
because
is going to
it's
be
gonna be
crazy.
hard hitting. It's gonna be an insane match. I already know.
The Knockout King versus the Bro, because that's all Matt Riddle try to do is knock people out. So
Hmm
that's gonna be amazing. I hope you're right.
Oh, and one last thing about the Matt Riddle debut. I love his entrance music.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's that West Coast style.
Dude,
Hip hop.
it sounds like it has that West Coast G Funk era sound to
Hmm.
it. And I don't know about you, but I actually during the next match that came after that on NXT, I actually went back on YouTube and listened to the song that it reminded me of. I was like, yo, this sounds like what's it called? Keep Their Heads Ringing, Ring Ding Dong by Dr. Dre on the
Ring
Friday soundtrack.
ding dong,
That
ring
one, yeah.
ding ding dong. Keep your heads
T
ringing. Yeah,
tell me
yeah, yeah, yeah.
tell me Matt Riddle's song doesn't remind you of that.
No, it do. You just showed it to me. I didn't even think about that. Now every time he come out, I'm gonna be thinking of that song. Thanks a lot, Tommy. Like you always be
Hey man,
messing stuff
hey,
up when it comes
hey,
to music.
but hey, hey, don't get mad at me because Champa's entrance music is badass.
Yo, if y'all listening, this guy got me listening to Champa's music at least 40 times this week already. Like I can't stop listening to it. It's so amazing. Um,
Man, no, but hey, for sure, Matt Riddle's gonna have people's heads ringing with that rising knee finisher he's
oh,
got. Forget it.
if he botched that one time, bro, it's gonna be blood everywhere. I'm just telling
Oh
you.
my God, he's broken nose instantly.
Oh my god.
Blah! Oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah.
Oh my
You
god.
you know he's gotta practice that like a mug. Make sure he doesn't break somebody's nose.
Absolutely. But we had Matt Riddle win this match. We digress, like Tommy like to say. And then after that, we had a segment with the three horsewomen. They had an interview, and then Kyrie Sane came in and basically was like, "Shut up, shut up, shut up."
She's like, she was basically trying to pull a Braun Strowman. I'm not finished with you yet.
Basically, was trying to do that, and this was previously recorded from after Evolution, right?
From Evolution, yeah.
Yeah, because Kyrie was still hurt from the match, and Shayna Baszler took off her
No,
title.
but
It was like, "This is not yours
they
anymore."
just walked off.
Yeah, they just walked
And
off.
no, I know. What's it called? You and Carmine. When I put it in the chat yesterday, it's like we didn't really address it, but I hope that what I told you guys on the chat the other night happens with this feud.
Oh yeah, yeah. As far as what you think it should do with the horsewomen and stuff like that, and with
Yes,
NXT. Yeah, we'll see what
yes,
happens.
yes. Because man, like I said, this is easy booking. It writes itself. Like if just for the sake of the listeners, so they know what the hell we're talking about.
Hmm.
Basically, in a nutshell, what I said was that what we can do is, since they've already officially introduced Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir as Shayna Baszler's cohorts. I don't want to say lackeys because then lackey implies that they're beneath her.
Hmm.
Yeah, but they introduced these two fine women as her partners, and
I don't know about
I
fine,
think
but
that was well, Jessamine Duke can get it, but
yeah,
that's a
all
different
right,
story.
it's all good.
But anyway, so basically, here's what I predict that they can do.
All right.
They can do the rematch, Kyrie's automatic rematch for against Shayna for the title,
Hmm.
and then either she loses clean, she loses because of interference, or she wins the match via DQ and in turn does not win the title, and then Shafir and Duke join Baszler in beating the dog shit out of her after the match, and then what's her name? Kyrie's bestie, Io Shirai, who's already signed to NXT, comes
Yeah,
out
baby.
to help out. Plus, the EST of NXT comes out.
Hmm.
And like I told you in Carmine, it wouldn't be anything to be nice. It's just the whole, she has a vested interest in this because she's been demanding a championship match that rightfully belongs to her because she's undefeated.
Facts.
So it's basically, she can work with Io and Kyrie to kind of even the odds and set up the stage where Io and Kyrie face Jessamine and Marina, while Bianca goes after Shayna.
Yeah, because that'll work out because actually introduce the two other girls of Shayna Baszler and get people a little bit more familiar with the two because they don't show their face enough. I mean,
Yeah.
they do it day night in the ring.
Plus, something I thought of is that they can also do it where if they do make those matches happen,
Mm-hmm.
perfect way for them to make Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir look impressive, even though they're green,
Mm-hmm.
because you got two seasoned veterans that are gonna sell like crazy, and Kyrie and Io.
Yeah.
So even though they're probably just as green as Ronda, they're gonna look great.
Yeah, that'd be great if they did something like that, just to kind of speed up the horsewoman thing. Like
Exactly.
it's
That and just to give them a lot, some quick, I guess you could say, trial by fire experience
mm-hmm.
to give them a chance to get over with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
So
they got. I mean, because Warzone is not till what the weekend of Survivor Series, so they got time to build that
War
up.
Games, but yeah,
Yeah, War Games. What did I say?
you said Warzone,
I'm thinking
which
of
is
the
what?
old WWF game from Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this poster. Somebody was like, "What's your favorite WWF game?" And it has like Warzone, SmackDown 2, No Mercy, and WWF No Mercy. I mean, not No Mercy, but Raw versus SmackDown. So when I saw Warzone on there, I just read it in my head. But yeah, War Games. Sorry, listeners. I know what I'm talking about. But
But yeah, so after that segment, and
had,
digressing further, we had another quick tag match. It was
Oney Lorcan.
Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan versus Raul Mendoza, and I forgot Raul Mendoza's partner's name,
Humberto.
but that was basically Humberto, whatever his last name was.
Carrillo.
But there you go, Carrillo. Anyway, so that was basically a tag team squash match.
Yeah, and what's his name? He's another person. Raul Mendoza is another person I see a lot now.
Put his ass on 205.
Yeah.
He was in the Cruiserweight Classic tournament. Why not put him in 205 where he belongs?
He's not trash. He's actually pretty good.
He's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I would like to see him. I would like to see him participate in 205. But in any case, it was a short match. Not much to talk about there. They won with the wheelbarrow impact DDT, whatever they call that finisher, Burch and Lorcan. And then after that, there was supposed to be a fifth match.
We got
it was
something
supposed
better.
to be, it was supposed to be Bobby Fish and Adam. Hold on, let me correct myself. Bobby Fish and Adam Cole, baby, versus the War Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But what we got was, like you said, was 10 times better.
10 times better.
We just got.
Because think about when the last time we got a backstage match at any part of WWE that was hardcore.
A brawl.
A brawl that was just anywhere. It's been a long time since.
I don't recall.
Like exactly.
Like that, it just took up like the whole Full Sail facility.
Basically.
Like that was great. And then it was funny because it started off as it was gonna be Undisputed Era cutting one of their awesome promos, and then War Raiders just comes and attacks them.
Mm-hmm.
And even with a 4-on-2 advantage, Undisputed Era was still getting their asses handed to them.
Did you see that part where Fish was just standing there looking down and then he got punched in the face? I was like, why would you just stand there? But anyways, go ahead.
No, that was funny. And then, what's it called? After that, you had, Ricochet joined the fray backstage. Then it spilled out into the ringside area, which the best part to me was when I forget their names. Which one's Hanson and which one's Rowe from the War Raiders?
Hanson, I think, is the guy with the
bald one.
Yeah, the bald guy.
Yeah, when Hanson just launched Roderick Strong clear over the barricade onto the mat's ringside.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Oh my God, he launched them Spike Dudley style.
That was funny. Like,
oh my God,
his reaction to it was hilarious.
And then on top of that, things got even crazier when the Bruiserweight came into the fray.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. I didn't expect that.
And they were just wailing on Undisputed Era, all four of these men, the War Raiders, Ricochet, and Pete Dunne.
Yeah, and I'm sorry guys, correction, Hanson is not the bald one, Hanson's the other guy. Um, I got him mixed up.
Oh, okay. So Hanson's the bigger guy.
Yes,
So then, okay. So it was Rowe that launched
it
Roderick.
was Raw
Okay.
that launched him. Yeah, then launched him. Absolutely. Yeah, that
All
was
right.
funny. And then we had
And
Pete
then
Dunne.
I loved it. Yeah, Pete Dunne just come and do what he does best, which is kick ass and take names. And then at the end of that, when Undisputed Era finally, gets their way where they can, retreat,
Mm-hmm.
Regal comes out and he says, "You eight seem hell bent on destroying each other,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna let you, but not tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You eight are gonna face off in War Games."
Absolutely.
Which, if you saw NXT War Games last year,
This year is
you
going to
should
be
you should be very
crazy.
excited.
This year is going to be crazy, man.
Last year it was Sanity versus AOP and Roderick Strong versus Undisputed Era.
Mm-hmm.
This year is going to be a four-man Undisputed Era, which now includes Roderick Strong, plus the team of War Raiders, Ricochet, and Pete Dunne. The fact that Undisputed Era plus Roderick Strong is in War Games for a second year in a row should entice you to want to see this match.
Man, this is going to be so great. So great.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see the carnage that Pete Dunne is going to unleash in that
Oh, he
match.
was already doing it. He smashed dude's hand with a chair, hit Bobby Fish in the stomach,
Oh,
and Bobby waited for him to hit him in the back with the chair. And Pete Dunne
oh
was
no,
going
that's what
crazy.
I'm saying. Pete Dunne goes crazy in a regular match.
Yeah,
Imagine in War Games.
the stuff he do to people's fingers, man. Like you think Randy Orton was
Oh,
bad with fingers? Jesus Christ, Pete
dude,
Dunne.
he makes Randy Orton look like a elementary school bully.
Yeah, Pete Dunne is crazy. Oh yeah, and we had that part where Lars Sullivan was basically saying that
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, because there was that part where what's his name, Champa. It was announced that Ciampa's gonna have his Takeover War Games match against Velveteen Dream,
yeah. So Lars Sullivan said he's going to pretty much destroy him because he don't deserve. Velveteen Dream doesn't deserve to have that match.
and that's
So
gonna be next week.
that's going to be next week.
Mark my words, we're gonna see Patrick in that
Oh,
match.
Patrick better come out, bro, because Velveteen Dream ain't going to do nothing against no Lars Sullivan.
Patrick
Patrick
definitely coming out.
Patrick definitely got to come out. But that pretty much concludes NXT this week. What grade would you give this episode of NXT?
Honestly, let's see. We had two great matches, an okay match, and a squash match. I'm giving it a B plus.
Yeah, I think I will give it a B. I think it suffered from trying to stuff too many matches in 1 hour. And
Yeah,
and I think
yeah,
that's what
because
kind of hurt it.
there's only so much that you can do in an hour.
Hmm. Absolutely.
And just all that action. I mean, it was great action. I'm not complaining about it, but they kind of oversaturated it.
Yeah, we had 2 tag team matches in one night. Then we had
hmm
what 3 single matches. Like
No, it was supposed to be three tag team
it was
matches,
supposed to be 3 tag
and
matches, and then that turned into
yeah,
a
but then
backstage.
the last one turned into a brawl,
Uh huh.
and then we had two singles matches.
Yeah, we had 2 single matches. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it a B. It wasn't a bad show. It was just trying to do too much in 1 hour. Hopefully they'll
Yeah,
rectify this next week.
but
Um,
definitely this week the best show was SmackDown Live.
yeah, 100% on all corners. I don't think there was a bad match there. Not even a mediocre
Not even the
match.
Nakamura match.
Oh
It was
yeah,
pretty fun to watch.
absolutely. And that's one thing I think. Before we leave, that's one thing that I think is good about SmackDown is that they have a lot of wrestlers that have personality. Raw outside of Elias and Leo Rush, their other wrestlers really don't have that much comedic talent when it comes to like
Facts.
outside of like Kevin Owens, and he's not there. But the rest of them, not at all. SmackDown has so many people: R-Truth, the New Day, Cesaro at points in time, depending on who he's talking to. AJ can be. Anyone else can. You can name anybody, and they can do a comedic thing. But Raw is just like completely serious. It's all depressing and serious and dark. Like I don't get it, but it is what it is. But thank y'all for listening to this podcast to this point. Please take the chance, hit the subscribe button on SoundCloud, on YouTube, and whatever other platforms you guys are listening to this podcast on. This is Preston. That is Thumbs Up Tommy. Thank y'all for listening. Have a good day.
Happy Rusev Day. Peace.